Unilever has just reported its strongest quarterly volume growth in more than a decade. That sounds like a routine earnings headline, but it reveals an important change inside one of the world's largest consumer goods companies. For years, businesses such as Unilever protected revenue by charging more for soap, shampoo, deodorant, detergent, and food. Now the company is showing that real growth must come from convincing people to buy more products, not simply making every product more expensive. During the second quarter of 2026, Unilever's underlying sales increased by 5.8%. More than 5 percentage points came from higher sales volume, meaning customers purchased more products. Price increases contributed only a small part of the growth. This was Unilever's best quarterly volume performance in at least a decade and significantly exceeded analysts' expectations. The result matters because price-driven growth can hide weakness. Imagine a company sells 10 bottles of shampoo for $10 each. It generates $100 in sales. The following year, it still sells 10 bottles but raises the price to $11. Revenue rises to $110, yet the company has not attracted another customer or sold another bottle. The business appears larger, but its underlying demand has not improved. Now suppose the company raises the price too aggressively and sells only 9 bottles. Revenue may still look stable, but customer behavior has deteriorated. Shoppers could be switching to cheaper alternatives, using less of the product or waiting longer between purchases. This was the danger facing many consumer goods companies after the inflation surge. Raw materials, energy, transportation, packaging, and wages became more expensive. Companies responded with repeated price increases. At first, strong brands appeared protected. Consumers continued buying familiar products even as prices climbed. But that protection had limits. Customers began moving toward private label products, discount retailers, smaller package sizes, and cheaper brands. Supermarkets expanded their own product lines. Aldi, Walmart, Costco, and other value-focused retailers gained power. Consumers became more willing to experiment because the savings were increasingly difficult to ignore. A famous logo was no longer automatically enough to justify a premium. Unilever owns brands including Dove, Vaseline, Rexona, Persil, Hellmann's, Knorr, Sunsilk, and Cif. Its products are used every day, but that does not mean demand is guaranteed. A shopper who considers a bottle of premium body wash too expensive can choose a store brand. A family can use less detergent per wash. Someone can delay replacing shampoo or deodorant until the container is completely empty. Small changes repeated across billions of purchases can significantly affect sales volume. Unilever's latest results suggest that the company has started reversing this pressure. Its strategy is increasingly focused on a smaller group of powerful brands, faster product innovation, stronger marketing, and markets where demand is still expanding. Emerging markets played a major role. Sales were particularly strong in India, Indonesia, and Latin America. These regions offer something mature European and North American markets cannot always provide: millions of consumers entering higher income levels and purchasing more branded personal care and household products. In a wealthy market, Unilever may need to convince a customer to switch from one established deodorant to another. In an emerging market, it may reach someone purchasing premium deodorant, skincare, or specialized hair products more frequently for the first time. Population growth, urbanization, rising incomes, modern retail, and digital commerce can all expand the total market. Unilever does not only need to steal customers from competitors, it can grow alongside consumer spending. But emerging markets also require a different product strategy. A large bottle may offer better value per milliliter, yet many households cannot afford the higher upfront cost. Companies therefore sell smaller bottles, sachets, refill packages, and products at specific local price points. These formats may look inefficient from a Western supermarket perspective, but they make branded products accessible to customers with limited daily cash. This is one of Unilever's greatest advantages. It can use global research, marketing, and manufacturing capabilities while adapting products to local incomes, climates, hair types, cleaning habits, and retail systems. The company is also concentrating more heavily on beauty, personal care, and wellness. These categories can offer stronger growth and higher margins than slower-moving traditional food products. Consumers may cut spending in many areas while still paying for skincare, hair care, deodorant, hygiene, and products connected to appearance or confidence. A jar of mayonnaise is primarily a functional purchase. A skincare product can combine function, identity, aspiration, and emotional value. That gives the brand more opportunities to differentiate itself and protect pricing power. Unilever has been reshaping its portfolio around this logic. It separated its ice cream business and is progressing with plans involving its food division. The objective is to create a more focused company rather than a sprawling collection of unrelated brands. Large conglomerates often claim that diversification creates stability. When one category performs poorly, another may perform well. But diversification also creates complexity. Management attention is divided. Capital is spread across businesses with different supply chains, customers, margins, and growth rates. An ice cream factory does not operate like a skincare business. Frozen distribution is expensive and specialized. Food brands compete through taste, convenience, and supermarket placement. Beauty products depend more heavily on trends, scientific claims, influencers, packaging, and emotional marketing. Placing all these businesses under one company may create scale, but it does not automatically create strategic focus. Unilever's restructuring reflects a broader corporate trend. Investors increasingly want companies to prove that each division benefits from being part of the wider group. When that connection is weak, separating the business can make performance easier to evaluate and management more accountable. The stronger sales results also show why volume matters more than many headline revenue figures suggest. Volume growth improves factory utilization. A production line has fixed costs whether it operates at half capacity or close to full capacity. When more units move through the same factory, warehouse, and distribution network, the cost assigned to each product can fall. Higher volume also strengthens relationships with retailers. A supermarket gives valuable shelf space to products that sell quickly. Strong sales can justify better placement, larger displays, and more promotional support. Slow-moving products risk being replaced by a competitor or private label. Volume creates data as well. Every additional purchase helps the company understand which products, package sizes, prices, and marketing messages work. That information can improve future decisions. However, growing volume does not guarantee growing profit. Unilever continues to face higher commodity, energy, packaging, and transportation costs. Management has indicated that additional price increases may still be necessary. The challenge is to introduce them carefully enough that consumers do not retreat again. This creates a delicate balancing act. Raise prices too little and costs damage profit margins. Raise them too much and volume falls. Reduce package sizes and customers may accuse the company of shrinkflation. Offer constant promotions and shoppers may stop purchasing at full price. The best outcome is to make the product feel more valuable before increasing the price. That can involve improved formulas, premium packaging, new fragrances, longer-lasting performance, health-related benefits, or products designed for a specific consumer group. The customer then sees the higher price as part of a better offering rather than simply another inflation adjustment. This is why innovation matters so much in consumer goods. Many changes may appear small, but small differences can defend billions of dollars in revenue. A deodorant that provides longer protection, a detergent designed for cold water washing, or a moisturizer connected to a specific skin concern can create a reason to choose the branded product. Marketing then turns that functional difference into a memorable story. Unilever's scale gives it enormous advertising power. It can launch a product across television, retail displays, social platforms, creators, and online marketplaces. Smaller competitors may develop excellent products but struggle to achieve the same level of awareness. Yet scale can also slow companies down. Approval processes become longer. Local teams wait for global decisions. Successful small brands can react to cultural trends more quickly. Unilever's turnaround therefore depends not only on spending more, but on reducing the time between identifying an opportunity and placing a product in front of customers. The latest quarter suggests progress, but one strong result does not eliminate the risks. Consumer spending remains uneven. Competition from private labels is growing. Commodity costs can change rapidly. Markets in Europe and North America remain difficult, and future price increases could weaken demand. Still, Unilever has demonstrated the difference between financial growth and consumer growth. Any company can raise a price. The difficult task is convincing millions of people to place more products into their baskets. That requires the correct brands, the correct markets, the correct package sizes, and a reason for customers to believe the product is worth buying again. Unilever's strongest result was not that sales increased by 5.8%. It was that most of the growth came from people buying more.